quick summary. We are trying to get to space, and we are in the situation we are trying to fuel our rocket. We have our fuel loader set up. We have our fuel refinery set up, but we have no oil in the refinery to fuel our space rocket. So, what we are going to do is continue with that today. We were setting up. We could simply... Sorry about that. My audio software is glitching for some reason. Let me just restart that. Is it working now? All right. So, yes. We have those tanks right up there. Now, we could simply run a fluid pipe from up there to this refinery. But no, we are doing it the Thinking Pack way. We are making things way too complicated. So what we are doing is we are using ComputerCraft turtles. We are programming our way to bring the oil from upstairs down to downstairs. And in order to do that, the turtles, and in fact neither hoppers nor turtles nor nothing, can interact with the refinery to put the empty canisters into, or rather the full canisters, any kind of canister, into the refinery. They cannot interact with it, so we are using a fluid unloader to take the buckets from the turtles and bring it and convert the bucket, or rather the canisters, convert the canisters into fluid, which then goes through this wooden fluid pipe into the refinery. So that is what we are doing. We set up the infrastructure to do it last time in terms of the actual hardware setup and things, and we have it up there as well. And now all we need is the program. Now it is good news because we already have one of the programs completely made and the other one possibly completely made if it translates well. So the this one here is completely made. We would just need to change a couple of things, like if it's looking for a tank cart and a bucket, then we need to tell it to look for a canister instead of that. But in any case, and then this one might need a little more work, but we could copy the program and get a head start. So that's going well. So we shall go ahead and head on today. So, there is a disk drive, there is a floppy disk, and there is a program in this turtle to be copied. So let's go ahead and terminate the program. For those of you guys who are curious, you terminate a program with Control-T. Also, for those of you guys who are curious, this is a turtle and a disk drive from the ComputerCraft mod. Anyways, let's get back to the point. So, dir directory, let's check what the program was called. It was called, okay, so it says underneath the dir, it says disk, which is the floppy disk, and ROM, and then it has a bucket filler and startup. Now, we don't really need it to be a startup program necessarily. Well, let's copy startup, might as well. Actually, no, that'll add more complication. Actually, what does startup include? Edit startup. Startup just says shell.run bucket filler. Okay, so that's not really worth including. So let's just go ahead and keep things simple by copying what's the directory called? Bucket filler. So copy bucket filler to actually, let's check what's on the disk first. We need to check what's on the disk. So disk. Wait, no, dir disk directory. Check the directory on the disk. Don't slash, just do disk. Oh, we already have a whole bunch of things on there already. Okay, that's interesting. Are those programs the newest versions or the oldest versions or the older ones or the newer older ones or the what? I don't even know what they are. Let's go ahead and bucket filler is not on there. So let's just go ahead and copy bucket filler right onto there. So copy bucket filler to disk slash, let's just call it the same thing, bucket filler, and now it is copied to the disk. Let's go ahead and check the directories on the disk, and bucket filler is at the top of the disk, the top of the list on the disk, rather. Alrighty, so that is excellent. So bucket filler is now on the disk, and we can go ahead and terminate this program as well. We need to copy this because it happens to be adjacent to the disk drive as well. So that should be fairly easy. Directory, and okay, so lava elevator is what it's called. What directories are on the disk? Is there one called lava elevator? No, there is not. So bucket filler and lava elevator. Okay, so that is nice. So copy lava elevator to disk / lava elevator. There we go. Now we should see, if we do directory on the disk again, we should see bucket filler and lava elevator are in the list there. That is excellent. That's what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and pull this disk out of the computer and break this thing before any lava buckets fall into it from this pipe that's above. And let's go ahead and restart these turtles so that the system continues to run as it should be. So restart this turtle as well. Alrighty, we now have 2 operational turtles, and we now have 2 programs copied onto our floppy disk, which is excellent indeed. Excellent indeed. Alrighty, so now we are over here, and we shall begin installing them onto these turtles. We now have a disk drive, and we now have a floppy disk. Now we need to set this up in this way. So this guy needs to be the one who interfaces with the fluid unloader, and these turtles need to be the ones that go traveling. That is basically what we need to do. So let's go ahead and copy the first thing onto here. Actually, it would have been smart. Would have been very smart to go ahead and put the disk drive in the middle right here. That way, the turtles will all be able to use it all from that one location. So this guy, let's check the directories on the disk. What was it called again? It was called bucket filler, I think was what it was called. Bucket filler, possibly. Anyways, yes, I think it was bucket. Yes, it was. Okay, so bucket filler is the one that we need here. So copy from the disk. We need from the disk. We are simply copying programs, and then we shall edit them afterwards to fit the new requirements that we need. So like changing from buckets to canisters and things like that. So to bucket filler, there we go. Copy disk / bucket filler to bucket filler on the internal storage of the turtle. So that is that. And now we can go ahead and work on this guy. So let's delete all that random text from previously, and let's go ahead and set this up. So copy, same thing. I'll just go ahead and continue these things and be back with you in a minute. The programs now exist on these turtles, and what is needed now is to do the final turtle, which is the one that is up there. So let's go ahead and head up there and do that, and then get to readjusting these programs, or rather adjusting for the first time. Do you call it readjusting if it's being adjusted for the first time, or I don't know, maybe it's the second time adjusting, because we adjusted it to be precisely adjusted for the previous situation, which was the only situation it has been designed for so far, and now we are readjusting it to this new situation, possibly, or something like that, possibly. Anyways, let's go ahead and put this in there and continue. This guy will be taking the same program as the interfacing turtle down there. He will be taking copy disk / bucket filler, and that. Let's go ahead and continue with that. This whole process starts up here. So we start with the tanks there. The tanks have the oil is being pumped into this fluid loader. And why are the tooltips not showing up on the top of the screen? Did they get turned off again or something? Anyways, this fluid loader here takes the oil, and then this is a polytool interface. This turtle will take the canisters and take them and go ahead and interface with the fluid loader. So let's go ahead and reprogram this turtle just a little bit. So we need to edit the bucket filler program, and first thing we'll do actually is rename it. So rename bucket filler to, what's this thing called? Canister filler. There we go. Rename bucket filler to canister filler and edit canister filler. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and skim through this really quickly and find what we need to change. So we shouldn't need to change much of anything, because the chests are still in the same location. And the only differences are this is a fluid loader instead of a tank cart, and we have a canister instead of the other thing. So let's see. Anything that says bucket and anything that says tank cart. So function conditions okay. And if you guys are curious about the programming of this, it was in previous episodes, and if I remember and have time and stuff, I'll put a link on the screen. Okay, up okay, down, front okay, down okay, conditions are okay. Is block up equals turtle.inspect up, okay, is block front, turtle.inspect, and is block down, turtle.inspect down. You know what would have been good is to have a golden turtle here, because those things have colored programs. Actually, do we have leftover gold? We might not, because we used it for the floor. We used it for the floor. I'm just going to quickly skim through this thing, and okay, we're still, okay, here's the thing. No, if is block down is Minecraft chest. Okay, so that is fine. If is block front. If is block front is, what? If there is a block on the front, so we are on, I'm going to move it to the top of the screen, okay, so that we can see it properly. So if, okay, there we go. The line at the top of the screen here. At the top of the screen. If there is a block in front of it, and if that, let's go ahead and scroll like this. If there is a block in front of it, and if what the block is what the block is named is Railcraft : track. Okay, so that's looking for the minecart on the track. We need to have it look instead for whatever this thing is here. Now we need to know what the turtle sees this thing as. And the easiest way to do that, rather than exiting this editing menu and then checking in the Lua prompt and then going back in, we're just going to go ahead and grab a second turtle. We have a few of them floating around, I believe. Oh, the other way. Let's go up and grab a turtle and be back in a minute. And just like that, we now have our turtle. So let's go ahead and put that thing there. The only purpose... Okay, we almost fell off. We almost fell off. I think we're safe without falling off, so I'll just leave it like that. Anyways... we shall find out. If we fall off, then we know it was a bad idea. So, this turtle will tell us what the fluid loader is called in ComputerCraft language. So, Lua and turtle dot inspect. Okay. There is a block. That's what the true says. Name equals Railcraft : machine.gamma. Okay. And metadata equals 4. So, let's go ahead and put that into this turtle. And the block, we were on this line here, which was if is block front and what block front.name, if the name of the block is Railcraft : track. Let's change that to Railcraft, what was it? Railcraft : machine.gamma. So, Railcraft : they have a lot of weird names for machines in Railcraft. Railcraft : was it capitalized anywhere? No, it wasn't capitalized. It was not capitalized anywhere. Okay, Railcraft : machine.gamma. There we go. And let's continue. And what block front.metadata equals 0. We want that to be 4. Metadata equals 4. Unless metadata can mean a lot of things, and if it depends on which side it's on, then that's another matter. So let's just let's set metadata to 4, and let's just double check. Let's take this turtle and let's move him to the other side of the turtle, the other side of the fluid loader, and we shall find out if he reads a different metadata or not. So turtle.inspect and metadata equals 4. Okay, not sure what the metadata means in the case of the fluid loader, but it appears to be okay. So that is that. Pick up the turtle again, and now we can continue. So then, there is a block on the front and stuff like that. Check if the up is okay and stuff like that, and the down. Check if there are chests above and below, basically, is what it's saying to do. Check item is next. Turtle.getItemDetail, get item count. If item count is 1, then print the item name. Okay. grab an empty bucket. We are on the function of grabbing an empty bucket. And we can, you know what, let's not rename the functions because that will get really complicated indeed. But let's redo the things that it is looking for in the functions. So grab empty bucket. If item count, we got a whole bunch about item count. Okay, that's fine. Fill the bucket. If item.name. Okay, if item.name is equal to Minecraft:bucket. Let's go ahead and change that. Because that would be this thing, the empty canister. And wait, which way do we need this to go? Because, okay, so we get an empty canister comes in from downstairs. Empty canister comes in from downstairs and heads into this chest. And then the turtle picks it up and then puts it into, so an empty canister and puts it in here. And then it turns into a full canister. And then the turtle, actually, we should check if that'll even work. We should check if that'll even work. We're on line 47 right now, just about 50. All right, let's go ahead and save. Let's go into the Lua prompt. And let's make sure that the turtle can actually place the item into the inventory. Turtle.place. Oh, not place. It was turtle.drop, I think. Turtle.drop. Turtle.drop. No oh! We have a little bit more complicated of a task than I thought we did, because the turtle will not interact directly with the fluid loader. He will only interact with the tank cart. Let's go ahead and grab a tank cart, which would be, what do we need for a tank cart? And the track that goes with it. We may have some track left over, but tank cart it requires minecart, which is iron, and iron tank gauge, which is okay. There's iron tank gauge. Okay, we need some iron plates, glass panes, iron plates. How do you even make those things? Okay, we need to go ahead and I need to check the Railcraft recipe online because it is not in the NEI menu. So I'll be back in a minute. All right. So extra complications. Apparently, the iron tank gauge, the iron plating thing, apparently is made in a rolling machine with iron in a rolling machine. Now we do have a rolling machine somewhere, but we haven't used it since we made the last Railcraft item, the last tank cart downstairs. So where is it? Where is our rolling machine? Where is our rolling? Maybe hopefully it didn't roll away because it is a rolling machine after all. Where is it's not, oh, it is, it's here. It is in here. Okay, rolling machine. Let's go ahead and make our plating thing. There we go. The nice thing is, oh, it needs power. It does indeed need power. We have a power pipe right behind it, but it is not connected to power. That is weird. Let's go ahead and take this thing and pick it up and bring it up one. That's easier than trying to extend the pipe. Okay, and now what we have... What is an iron plate? Click to craft. We need some power, though. We need some power. We do very much need some power. And so let's go ahead and stick a single lava bucket in here. No need to restart the entire... Actually, simple task. Let's just go ahead and... wrench. There we go. We got the wrench. And now that thing is running. Now we have power coming into our rolling machine. And click to craft. There we go. Now we have... come on. Why is it not crafting? Oh, because it's got very little power, so it's running slowly. Okay. Oh, it has a nice sound there. Oh, wait. No, that's the rain. Okay, that's the rain that's making that sound. Okay. So, waiting for the rolling machine. I'll be back in a million years. And just like that, we have iron plates. Alrighty, so let's grab some iron plates and let's go ahead and put these things into the crafting recipe. There's a lot of complications when you're making... What am I doing? When you're making a... Okay, we need glass panes. And when you're making complicated things, this is why we need auto-crafting. Because auto-crafting, you just program the thing and then you request... an item, and it's like, oh, you want this item? Okay, I'll just go ahead and make this item for you, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's done. That's basically what goes on with auto-crafting. So now we need to put this thing down here. We have that. There we go. Now we have some tank carts. Oh, we need some rail. We need some track. I'll go look around and make some track and be back with you in a minute. Turns out we already have some track outside, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and grab two of those. Let's grab 2 of those and then head back inside and back to the rest of the actually, let's put away the pump actually while we're at it, and the redstone engine and the lever, but we do need to put away the clicking turtle. But we do, where's the item? There we go, the iron tank gauge. There we go, iron tank gauge. All right, now back inside and continue. So in order for this fluid loader thing to work properly, we need to put the tank cart underneath, which is easier said than done in this setup. How exactly? So we go ahead and break that. We need to put the tank cart right there, which means the track, which means we need a block underneath the track. And so we need to put a block somehow down below these ones. So that is going to be easier said than done. Easier said than done. All right, I think it can be done, though. It can be done if we, let's go ahead and place one against the wall back there. Come on. That wall is farther away than it looks. Come on. Place a block on the wall. Come on. It won't reach. Okay. Who would have thought that the hardest part of this project is to go ahead and put a block 2 blocks down in this area? You know, I could always go, actually, just go over here like that. Don't fall off, and head over to here. And can't quite reach that part of the wall. Can't quite reach that part of the wall. Okay, so I think we need to jump past this thing. Let's go ahead and jump and not fall off. Okay, good. Now, we can go ahead and place that down there. And now I believe we're on the right level. I think we're on the right level. So, yes, it appears that we are on the right level. So now we can just go ahead and go around the outside. And like this. And, whoa, almost fell off. Almost fell off. Okay, there we go. One more block there. And where can we reach from? We need to reach through somewhere. Let's go ahead and break this block in the middle and reach through from this direction to hopefully... How exactly? I can't reach. Oh! Break this one. That's simple. That is very simple. Okay, let's go ahead and put that down there. We now have a block down there. We can now put our track down there on top of it, and we can now put our, not that way because the cart can run right off of it. Let's put the track down. Whoop. Let's is this the wrench to, you can't, how do you rotate a track? Oh, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because we'll just go ahead and put this block down there. And now let's put the tank cart there. You can see already that it is filling up quite nicely with oil from the fluid loader up top. That is perfect. Now, we do need to complete the, okay, what do we need? We need to move the turtle. We need to move the turtle down. Move the turtle down. Don't let go of the chest. Okay, got the chest. And now we have a block placed down there, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, chest down. One more block. Who would have thought that the hardest part of this build is... The hardest part of this build is making mistakes. That's what the hardest part of it is, because the turtle was not named, which meant that the programs that we copied onto it are no longer on it. So what we need to do is go ahead and copy the programs back onto it. I'll do that off camera, but yeah, moving everything, setting up a couple blocks down in the middle of the sky is not the easiest thing to do. So that is that. I'll go ahead and copy the programs back onto the turtle and be back with you in a couple of minutes. The turtle has the program on it once again, but it doesn't have the recent changes that we just did to it, so we'll need to do those again. So edit canister filler, and let's go ahead and skim through this. We already know what most of this stuff does. This first function I think was fine. The next one, whoop, this is scrolling really oh wow, the key repeat rate, I think this is the Windows key repeat rate, is a lot faster than the one on Mac. All right, let's go ahead and just click down like this, check item, and grab empty bucket, item count, fill bucket, aha. If item.name is equal to Minecraft colon, and we need not a bucket, but we need the canister thing. Where's the canister? Empty canister. All right. Empty canister. What is the empty canister called in Minecraft language, in ComputerCraft programming language? What is the empty canister called? There's a turn program. Turn. Okay, what's the turn program? Turn direction and it turns. Okay, turn. That's time. There's a time program? What's the time do? The time is 7:33 p.m. on day 13. That would be the Minecraft days, I would guess, possibly. Okay, anyways. Back to the point, which is turtle. Oh, wait. We need to be in the Lua prompt. That's the problem. Okay, turtle. Nope, not table. Not table. We need turtle. Okay, there we go. Having lots of problems today, trying to get a simple task done and running into complications everywhere. Okay, turtle. What was the thing? It was get item detail. Get item detail. Get item detail. Turtle.get item. Okay, count 1 name equals ComputerCraft core colon item dot oil canister partial. That is the empty canister. Now, empty canister comes from the top and goes into the chest and goes into the turtle and goes into the tank cart there. And so, actually, will this thing even take a tank? A canister. Oh yes, where we got stuck last time is we were checking if, let's go ahead and save this. Let's go exit and Lua prompt. We were checking if the canister would be put into this tank cart, if it will even interface with it and handle the canister properly. So type properly. Okay, turtle.drop. Let's try that. Drop. Turtle.drop forward, and yes, it worked. Did it work? Yes, it went into here, turned into a filled oil canister, and now we can go ahead and turtle dot. You know what? We could have used a bucket, couldn't we? We could have used a bucket. That would have been smart. Anyways, turtle.suck. Let's just go ahead and complete this task. Yeah, we don't need to relabel everything for canisters. We just go ahead and use buckets, which would be very good because canisters require compressed tin and compressed steel. They're overall very, very expensive and complicated to make. Not too bad when you have auto crafting, but we don't. So, but we can use a bucket. We do need to relabel it to use an oil bucket instead of a lava bucket, but that's simpler. Just skim through the program for anywhere where it says lava and change it to oil. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put in the filled oil canister again, empty canister, there we go. And yeah, let's go ahead and grab some buckets and work with it from there. Actually, let's go ahead and, we do have 2 buckets. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and work with those guys because we can go ahead and stick those things into here. Stick the bucket into here and it turns into an oil bucket, which is very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. All right, so let's go ahead and put that back in there. And we're just waiting for space. It's not going to empty the oil bucket anytime soon. Okay. Now, quickly skim through the program once again and restart this turtle and go ahead and edit canister fill. Let's rename that. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. It is time to rely heavily on the jump cutting to get this done really fast. So in this function, fill bucket, when we are flying down the page. Okay, fill bucket, when we are filling the bucket, we run into, it looks for a lava bucket. Instead of looking for a lava bucket, we need it to look for an oil bucket, which is called what? Let's go ahead and check this out. Get item detail. ComputerCraft core colon item dot bucket oil. Okay. So that is quite complicated. But we can make use of it. So, okay, ComputerCraft core, and I'm going to go ahead and type that in, change this. Name equals ComputerCraft core :item dot bucket oil. Was bucket supposed to be capital? No. Okay. So, there we go. Now we can save, and now we can save, and we can go and find the next line. Okay, print running drop lava bucket. That's fine. We can leave those with the lava name. Okay, we have here, when we are dropping the lava buckets, we are dropping them into, by the way, into the chest down below. So it takes them in here, puts them in there, takes them out, and puts them in the chest down below. Drops the lava buckets, and looks for item.name, Minecraft : lava bucket. We'll need to change that one too. ComputerCraft core :item dot bucket oil, assuming it is spelled correctly. So, continue, drop the bucket, stuff like that. Function, correct for extra buckets, that's fine. Well, true, do, run all the stuff. So, we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Let's go ahead and grab our 2 buckets, our filled bucket and our empty bucket, and go ahead and place them into this chest down here. Tell this turtle to run on startup. We need to create a startup program, and the program, by the way, that we are using is called Bucket Filler Oil. So let's go ahead and edit startup. By the way, for those of you guys who are wondering, who are new to the mod perhaps, start up. If you call a program startup, it will run on the startup of a turtle, so when you reload the world and stuff like that. And if you want it to run another program, then you can call this one startup and then write in shell.run and then tell it the name of your program, and the name of the program in this case is Bucket Filler Oil. There we go, and that is that. So now we can go ahead and save startup, exit, and now we can restart the turtle. There we go. And now it is filling up buckets, which is very nice. So we should see, if everything worked according to plan, we should see 2 oil buckets in the chest down here. So, now, we need to take them from the chest down there. That was the easy part. That was the easy part, because not much needed changing. The one down there possibly will need to be reversed in the program order and things like that. Not entirely sure exactly what needs to be done, but we shall find out. So let's go ahead and grab these 2 buckets, and let's go ahead and head downstairs! Okay, well, we made it downstairs. We made it downstairs. We definitely did. Okay, time to go downstairs properly and actually not die. Yeah, so, well, nobody can say we're not fast at going downstairs. That's true. Nobody can say we're slow at getting downstairs. We go so fast getting downstairs that we don't survive the trip. So let's go ahead and do that. And not die this time would be ideal. There we go. 1.5 hearts. That is good. We have a bucket of oil right there. We have nothing. We have nothing down here. That's good. I think they're all on the next level then. And let's oh boy, we left quite a mess down here. How could somebody come through here and leave such a mess like this? This is like not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. All right, let's go ahead and clean up this mess that somebody left down here, and let's go ahead and continue with the plan. We need our poly tool and our wrench, and we need some blocks. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and continue. So we were trying to get down here. We were trying to work with this turtle over here. And we were trying to get it to do the thing with the buckets and the thing like that. So, put the 2 oil buckets in here, and let's edit this program. So, here is the situation with this one. What we have here is we have a situation where we have something we've never done before, which shouldn't be too difficult, but possibly. Oil buckets in the top, which then get emptied of their oil and transferred back into empty buckets. Actually, that might be fairly simple. We need to reverse everywhere where it says actually lava bucket. Everywhere where it says lava bucket, we need to put empty bucket, and everywhere where it says empty bucket, we need to put oil bucket. So let's just go ahead and quickly go through. This will be a repeat of what was upstairs, probably. So, assuming it's just a straight repeat, I'll do it off camera and be back in a minute. Almost forgot. The mistake of last time is that the fluid loader will not take the item from the turtle. It will not, or rather the turtle will not take the item from the fluid unloader. So let's go ahead and fix that. So we need a tank cart and things like that. I think we can lower this whole... No, we can't really lower this whole setup because there's a bedrock in the way. So looks like we need to raise the fluid unloader. And when we raise the fluid unloader, we will need to set up a pipe and hope that the pipe does not connect with the tank cart down here, because we'll put the tank cart down here, and hopefully the pipe does not... Okay, it appears to not connect with the tank cart, which is good. And let's put that on that side so that it will not roll off the track. So there we go. Do we have any leftover cobblestone fluid pipe? Yes, we do. Okay, there we go. Now we are we are not excuse me. We are not adjusted because we need to actually take the oil rather from this fluid unloader. No. Wait. How do we... Oh! Okay, so what we need to do, because the fluid unloader, you can see that little thing on the top, that means it accepts the fluid from underneath the tank cart. So we're doing this completely backwards. We need to go ahead and place the fluid unloader underneath the tank cart. So there we go. Let's go ahead and put the fluid unloader down there, and let's put it into its position and place the track on top of the fluid unloader. And let's go ahead and pick up that cobblestone because it's going to be floating around and doing some things. Let's go ahead and fill this in because why not? And there we go. Now we can put our fluid pipe down there. We need to put a wooden fluid pipe down in the next area down here. There we go. And now we need to move our redstone engine as well. Everything needs to be moved. And who said this was a simple project? This is not a simple project. This is not a simple project at all, and so that's that. So let's go ahead and pick that up and then put it down here as well. There we go, and just make everything changed because it... Well, actually, here's a question. Can you power bedrock? Because we can't move that, so the lever has to go connect to the engine somehow, so we'll need to put the lever on the bedrock to power the bedrock to power the engine. Will that actually work? Will it actually work? Yes, you can power bedrock. Okay, you can power bedrock, apparently. That is good to know. So, okay, so that is that. And we now have... excuse me. We now have the setup. The program has been changed. And if it has been done correctly, then we'll be good to go. Now, there's a lot of complication and a lot of confusing things. Such as fill bucket is now the thing to take the bucket and empty it, and things like that. I didn't bother renaming the programs because that would get really complicated really fast. So yeah, so just left them the way that they are named, and so it's a little bit confusing. Let's go ahead and rename the program though. Rename the program. Rename the what was it called? It was, whoops, what happened? Okay. Rename, it was, bucket filler oil to bucket emptier. How do you spell empty? That's how you spell empty. Emptier. How do you spell emptier? Emptier. Is that even a word? Emptier? Bucket emptier oil. There we go, and now we have that done. All right, so we should be able to take our buckets and put them, if everything worked correctly. We need to make a startup program, actually. Edit, startup, do that thing again, and there we go. That is the startup program made, so let's go ahead and restart the turtle. We should see fairly soon that we get 2 buckets of oil. or 2 empty buckets rather. 2 empty buckets down in the chest, which is perfect. So that is good. We got 2 empty buckets, and now all that is needed is to take these 2 turtles to... Whoop, is the mic glitching again? Hopefully it's not glitching or something. Gonna have to work on that later. But in any case, all that is left is to take these 2 turtles and send them upstairs and downstairs and stuff like that. So how exactly are we going to do that? That is going to be an interesting thing, because they do not have a simple path like the other turtle did. They have a bit more complicated of a path. Let's see. What does the lava elevator program contain? What does it contain? Check for messages rednet.open. We don't need all that because that is just part of the cobblestone program thing. We have, whoops, stop scrolling so fast. I'm going to have to change this key repeat rate probably. Find starting position. Print find starting position and go ahead and, oh, this is where it goes and finds the blocks that tell it where it is, because it was made in the time that we did not have a satellite system. So we could, in theory, do this thing a lot simpler without this whole complicated program. Possibly. We shall have to find out. Actually, we could take the basic outline. We could get, do we even have... If we have wireless modems that we can get easily, because if not, then that kind of messes with the plans a lot, but we can, for now, we can work on this. So I think the way to do this, because this program, let's scroll down to the end, because that tells us what is in the entire program. Okay, here's the basic outline. Find the starting position if the turtle starts in the world and it is somewhere else in the world. And so find starting position, pick up lava buckets is the next thing, and then refuel, and then go to surface, and then drop lava buckets and go to lava. Now we could take this basic outline and redo it with GPS coordinates. We could do that. Possibly. It might work. It might work, actually. It might work. It might be worth redoing that with GPS coordinates. And so we would do things like find starting position. The bottom turtle has to come through this pathway to get back home. So we would have to have him find his what is this? This is the X coordinate. He would have to find his X coordinate first, and the Y, and then go down the the Z, and then go down the Y to make sure that he makes it in this little hole here. And that might work. Not sure actually how to handle the turtle turning around thing. The turtle rotating and turning, changing direction and thing. If we start the world, is there a way, do you guys know, is there a way, I think there is actually a way to write to a text file. We could tell the turtle which direction it was last facing. We need a way, I don't know, what happens if you shut down the world in the middle of the turtle writing down the direction it's facing? Because that wouldn't be too good. Because then it would think it's facing one way and it's not, and that wouldn't be too good. So I don't know how we should handle this necessarily. How should we handle this? So here's the problem. So we can use GPS to get the turtle to figure out if it's in the right location or not. But we can't use GPS to tell it which way it's facing. We could actually be really complicated, even more complicated than we already have been, which possibly, let me know if you guys want to do this way, but we could, so like the problem is if the turtle goes up here, turns, goes over this way, and then turns, and then goes over to here, and then turns around and goes over to here, and then turns and stuff like that, and then which way is it facing at any given time that you reload the world? Which way is it facing? Which way is it facing? That is the question. And so what the answer has to be is the turtle has to find out. And so the situation is, if it logs the last direction it was going, we can see if that works actually. But if it doesn't work, then we have to do something complicated, such as the turtle has to check its position, move forward 1, check its position again, figure out which direction changed, and then it knows which way it is facing, so then it turns around to be facing the right way. And it has to know which way it needs to... Oh! The turtle has to know which way to turn around. Which way to turn around to go the direction it wants to go. How in the world do we do that? How in the world do we tell the turtle which direction it needs to face to get back to home? That's confusing, possibly. Maybe we do need to keep a log file of where it currently is facing. But I don't know, this sounds really complicated. This is beyond my level of programming, and we may or may not be able to do it. You know what? I might... I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and stuff. But I might end up just simply having the turtle go and not turn at all. Just have him go up and maybe forward or something to reach over to here, and then have some pipes connecting with those chests. That might be, or just have another turtle going the other direction. That might be what we're gonna do with that. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and we'll go ahead and check into that next episode, because this project was a simple project. We made it a complicated project, and then we made it a more complicated project, and now it is becoming a really, really complicated project and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the video, stuff like that. And if you have any suggestions for this overly complicated project, then let me know. Let me know in the comments and all that kind of stuff. And see you guys later. Bye.